A warm welcome to the LB Finance Annual Report for the financial year ending 31st March 2021. I present to you the Chairperson statement contained in the 2020-2021 Annual Report, which I will narrate on behalf of Mrs. Anandi Gunawardena, Chairperson of LB Finance PLC. The year under review was unique. Consequent to the detection of the first COVID-19 case in Sri Lanka, the pandemic had a widespread deleterious effect on persons, families and communities, impacting key sectors of the economy and culminating in a 3.6% contraction in the country's GDP in 2020. This is not a situation that any one of us could have envisioned at the end of the previous financial year. I am, therefore, especially pleased to report that LB Finance PLC stayed on course to deliver a PAT of 6.8 billion for the financial year 2020-2021. We are proof that a resilient and well-managed organization can succeed even in the most trying of circumstances. LBF's credit ratings too was reaffirmed at A-LKA by Fitch Ratings, which I feel points to the stability of our company. It is against this backdrop that I present to you the annual report and financial statements of LB Finance PLC for the year ending 31st March 2021. Navigating through what has been an unprecedented year. The COVID-19 pandemic posed significant unforeseen challenges for all businesses, including LB Finance PLC. Nevertheless, I am glad to say that the transformative organizational changes we have been implementing consistently over the past few years, in particular the increased adoption of digital technology, provided a sound foundation, enabling us to face and overcome these challenges with confidence. Beginning the year under lockdown, we found ourselves in a situation that we had not encountered in our 50-year history. Our first priority was to ensure we could continue to service our customers, which led to the immediate activation of our BCP framework. Virtually overnight, we empowered our entire workforce of 3,536 employees to work remotely. Concurrently, the board continued to work closely with corporate management to define and implement measures to safeguard the business and strengthen the company's resilience. Having recognized that technology can play a vital role in contingency planning and business continuity as part of our overall resilience building program, we prioritized and expedited key facets of our digital transformation strategy. It was a busy year for our IT teams who were tasked with simplifying our internal process architecture. This enabled LBF to maintain its service delivery timelines, notwithstanding pandemic-related challenges. We leveraged technology to further broaden our risk outlook and to keep LBF's risk profile under constant review vis-à-vis the evolving external scenario. As a precaution against the risk of an extended lockdown, we acted decisively to put in place measures to protect the company's cash flows while simultaneously clamping down on costs at all levels of operations. It must be noted that our decision regarding cost control did not affect employee remuneration. In fact, very early on in our cost containment discussions, it was resolved that no salary cuts will be made. Moreover, being fully appreciative of the disquiet our employees were likely feeling due to the pandemic, bonus entitlements under the 2019-2020 performance cycle were also paid in full in April 2020. Shareholder interest was another focal point during our board deliberations. It was decided to pay an interim dividend of 12 rupees per share, which was paid in full immediately after the government-imposed restriction on cash dividends was removed in 2021. I am pleased to report that our share split too achieved its desired objectives both for the company and its shareholders. The 1:4 share split declared in January 2021 increased LBF's market capitalization and also saw our share price soaring to a record high. Commitment to acting responsibly. At LBF, we pride ourselves on our determination to act fairly and ethically. Over the past 50 years, we have remained true to our values and have succeeded in building a reputation based on our collective commitment to act with integrity at all times. Going forward, we reaffirm our commitment to the highest standards of behavior based on industry practice, laws and regulations, as well as good corporate citizenship. Our pledge to uphold these principles were reinforced during the pandemic, with the board playing an active role in promoting the values embedded in LBF's mission. As many of our employees were working remotely for a good part of the year, we focused on tightening due diligence controls and oversight procedures at all levels of the business. Looking ahead, while our journey this past year has been challenging, there are many positives that give me reason to believe that LBF is well situated to tackle the road ahead. The success we achieved this past year, together with our 50-year track record of excellence, puts LBF at a considerable advantage to reap the benefits of the post-pandemic recovery as it materializes. In the meantime, I want to reassure all our stakeholders that LBF will continue to approach every challenge that comes its way with the same dynamism and energy as in the past 12 months. This is by staying true to our long-term vision to contribute to the quality of life of customers, employees, and the general public through partnerships that fuel the growth of our company and to create shareholder value both in the short term and long term. Appreciations. First and foremost, I would like to thank all employees of LB Finance PLC for their dedication and support. I greatly admire the tenacity with which you responded to the crisis and continued to work tirelessly despite some major disruptions to your customary work practices. I would also like to express my appreciation to my fellow board members for their unwavering commitment and untiring efforts. Finally, on behalf of all at LBF, I want to express our deep appreciation of the work being done throughout the country by healthcare workers, the emergency services, community groups, volunteers, and all others on the front line of efforts to combat the pandemic. Thank you and stay safe.